Hello, and welcome to Should You Hate Yourself for Contributing to the Society That You Were Born Into? This question came to me last night when I was having a bout of um, self hatred and like never gonna get anywhere in life, and like my whole life is being shot down by the system, and I'm kind of never gonna be able to live in a society that isn't trying to actively take away my autonomy for um, capitalist gain. And so I asked myself this question, and I was like, should I hate myself? Because I hate capitalism and I hate the system that I was born into. But that's exactly the thing. I was born into it. How was I supposed to avoid it? I didn't know most of these things up until literally this year. This year was like my awakening. So I started writing, and I haven't written down things, like written out my thoughts in a little while, because I don't like writing like me and I. I like writing like formal stuff and like creative stuff, like stories, third person. But this question prompted me. I don't know. I felt beckoned by it, so I started writing, and I like let myself like recognize all of the things that I was feeling, and the things that I was feeling was okay. What I wrote is that as I look around my room, looking around, my eyes take me through a history of transactions. All of the Squishmallows up there, I bought them. That poster, I bought them. Those books in that bookshop, I bought them. That record player, I bought them. These headphones, I bought them. This chair, I bought them. Or probably like my parents, but I've bought everything in this room. I've contributed so much to this society that I'm always dogging on. Like, it's so much money. Just looking around, all I see is money signs and money signs. And it's not even in that good way where it's like, ooh, I see dollar signs as in I see a way that I can make money. No, I see dollar signs in like a negative way. Like, whoa, why is it costing me so much money to just exist in this room that I'm in? Why did I spend so much money? Why have I contributed so much to this corrupt society? Like, I bet me myself, the individual, I've made it so much, like, that much worse. So I wrote that down. Um, I wrote down how I feel a deep feeling of shame and hypocrisy as I recognize my participation in the system, you know? And then I started writing about the world that we live in. The world that we live in, I have to give it to the guys. They created it so perfectly. It takes quite a brain to figure out the corruption that's there. Because it's painted as the society, the system that works perfectly. Everyone can get whatever they want. That's the basis of laissez-faire, the basis of capitalism. Everyone can get what they want. It's a possibility. Is it a probability? Not always, but it's a possibility. Everyone can get what they want. That's the idealist. That's the basis. When you get when you broaden your mind, you realize that it's perfect, but in another way. It's perfect in the sense that it can it perfectly creates a world where you have to participate to survive, and it filters out anyone that recognizes and tries to change what's happening because it just makes you, if you refuse to participate, you simply you starve and die. You know, there's no way of boycotting it, and it's like perfectly set up so that anybody who tries can't, and they don't teach us any way to create a new system. Like nobody's becoming nobody's a Karl Marx these days. Nobody's a Adam Smith. Nobody's a philosopher. Nobody's creating new systems. It's so bad that like if anyone wants to go into philosophy, they're told that like they can barely do anything with that major. Nobody's a philosopher anymore. Nobody's creating new ways. Nobody's working on trying to improve what we have, because what we have, it's surface level. It's not that good. It looks good, but it's not that good. So in that sense, gotta give it to the men. Gotta give it to the men. They cooked. They created a system that is inescapable, and that's why I like to think broadly, and I like to look at the bigger picture. Because if you focus too small, you're not going to recognize things like that. However, all that being said, and this is what I wrote, as if you, by saying that entire thing, I still see it for myself personally. I still see it as an excuse. It's like, okay, it's all just an excuse because you can't think of anything better. But then I tell myself, how am I supposed to think of anything better? Think about it, stop coming up with excuses. But it's like, but I'm trying. Try harder. I'm trying as hard as I can. I can't commit my life to this. Well, you've got to commit your life to it because otherwise, if you do anything else that has to do with anything in the society, you're contributing to the corruption. Am I though, if I'm recognizing that it's wrong, you're not doing anything about it? That's where I'm stuck. That's the inner turmoil that I'm having with myself. Like, is it enough to be passively searching for an answer while actively participating in the schemes and corruption? That's my big thing. That's what I wrote in that. That's a sentence I said verbatim. The only thing that I can come up with is that the system is created too well. There's no way of escaping it. If you don't participate, you die. In my head, I still kind of think that's still just an excuse. But if I had to give you an answer to the question of if you should hate yourself for participating in the society that you're born into, I would open it up, allow myself to think that way, allow myself to just sit with that excuse and be like, okay, realistically, if I were to stop partaking in this whole system right now, I wouldn't be able to do any better than I am doing by participating while searching for an answer. I think it's the fact, because a lot of people don't reach this stage, it's the fact that you are aware. It's very important to be aware of what's happening around you and to be aware that, yeah, there are better things to come in the future. And yeah, I myself can make a contribution to those better things becoming true. I think reaching that level, if anything, is better than just blindly moth to a flame following and contributing to the system. As long as you're aware of what you're doing and you know that in your heart you really want to strive to do better, I think it's not fair to hate yourself because you can do anything, but with the restraints that are put on you, you can only do so much. You can only do what you're physically capable of. And there's no cap on that. There's no cap where it's like anyone in the world can only reach this level. You're capable of achieving anything you want to as long as you stay driven and you continue going forward and you continue striving to reach a better world. I think that being prosperous and continuing with a brightened soul is better than hating yourself and trying to search for a way to not hate yourself instead of searching for a way to better yourself and the people around you. So yeah, this is just one way of looking at it. It's a way that will hopefully bring you some peace if you were also asking this question. But it just continue. I hope that it helps you to stay strong as you continue to navigate a world that is actively working against you. And that's all for today.